I realized that some of my most expensive tools are the ones I use the least, while many of the tools I couldn't work without are the cheapest. Here's a few interesting examples. The last one I'll show you is actually trash, you'll see what I mean. C-clamps and F-clamps are staples in any workshop, but there's another clamp that fills a role they can't, and it's pretty cheap. Toggle clamps are usually seen on jigs, like this taper jig, but I like to keep 1 or 2 loose ones around for general use. Other clamps need to be close to an edge to work, but a toggle clamp can be secured anywhere, and it's especially versatile if you're willing to screw it into your workbench. They're also great for quickly securing a series of pieces for repetitive work. In this scenario, another type of clamp would be much slower. I've seen these called by different names, but I know it as the T-Scribe. It lets you draw straight, accurate lines parallel to an edge, something I do daily. They come in different sizes. These are metric, but they also come in imperial. These only work with a mechanical pencil since the holes are very small. I consider an awl indispensable. By using it to punch small marks at points where you want to drive a screw or drill a hole, you prevent your drill bit or screw point from wandering off track. I got this one from a $5 pack that came with 4 different tools. I've used the others a couple of times, but I mainly bought it for the awl. If you don't have one or don't want to buy one, a sharp screw works just as well. Drywall screws are perfect. I actually used a screw for about 8 years before getting a real awl. If you've seen my other videos, you probably know I like to use playing cards as shims to measure out an even reveal for drawer faces. You just push the drawer face all the way to one side, stuff as many cards as you can in the gap, then divide the stack in 2, placing half on each side. But you can also use any other kind of card with consistent thickness. I have a bunch of these laminate samples I got for free, and they work just as well. I've seen a lot of people use condiment bottles for wood glue, but I'm partial to this old shampoo bottle. It has a wide enough hole for the glue to flow quickly, and the cap closes securely but is still easy to open. While Coke is delicious, what I'm really after here is the bottle. If you cut it in half, the top gives you a disposable funnel. I use the bottom half as a graduated measuring cup for mixing finishes. The diameter of the bottle isn't consistent, so just drawing evenly spaced lines wouldn't be accurate. I'll show you how I lay out precise lines using 2 bottles. First, pour a small amount of water into 1 cup. The amount doesn't matter, this will be 1 unit. Mark the water line, pour it into the other cup, and repeat. Next, fill the empty cup up to the first line and pour it into the other cup. Mark this line as 2 units. Pour everything back into the first cup and mark again. Repeat the process each time using the empty cup to measure 1 more unit until you have 4 lines on each cup. This works perfectly for me since I use a 2-part polyurethane that calls for 2 parts resin, 1 part hardener, and 1 part thinner. If you liked the video, consider subscribing to my channel. It's easy to do, and it makes a huge difference in helping me to continue making videos about the topics you find interesting. Speaking of topics, let me know in the comments if you have a topic you'd like to see a video on. Thanks for your time and attention. You are appreciated.